Hi friends, welcome to Vijay Tech 360. In this video we are going to see about the serverless computing, which is the topic added newly in AZ900. So basically the serverless computing enables developers to build application faster by eliminating the need for them to manage the infrastructure. So if you want to deploy your application, or you developed one application and want to deploy that particular application in the physical servers and all, it will take a lot of time. So that's why when you want to deploy your own application, you need to avoid this infrastructure management activities. So the serverless computing is most beneficial for the people who build the application and don't want to spend their time on the infrastructure. So with serverless applications, the cloud service provider automatically provisions, scales and manages the infrastructure required to run the code. So what will happen in serverless computing is like you just write your code, you will upload that code, and all that activities taken care by the cloud service provider. That is basically a serverless computing. So in Azure we have a Azure Functions, so which is a serverless computing. If you go to AWS, it will be a Lambda function, so where you will upload the code, rest all activities will be taken care by the cloud service provider. You need not to worry about any sort of infrastructure provision, or you need not to worry about whether that capacity is there or not, or any infrastructure dependent activities will be taken care by CSP. So you can see what are the top benefits of serverless computing. So there is no infrastructure management here, and dynamic scalability. So whenever the capacity is required, it will be automatically increased, and faster time to market. So if you want to deploy your application and market it in a less time, then you can do it. So instead of spending many days on infrastructure provision and maintenance, so here everything is taken care by the CSP, so that you can develop your application quickly and deploy it, and it will be reachable across the globe. And more efficient use of resource. So here you are not charged extra. See, if you are launching provisioning your application in any sort of VM, so you have to run it by 24/7 hours. So basically there are certain applications where they need, when you trigger certain event, then only that has to be processed. Such type of requirements are there in the IT. So for that, the serverless computing is the answer, and serverless computing is the future computing. Okay, where the infrastructure activities are managed very less by the users or developers or customers, and everything is taken care by the CSP. If you see the example, it is like serverless functions or serverless Kubernetes are the example. So let me go to the official document of Azure and show you what they had written about the serverless computing. So right now I am on the Azure documentation. You can see what is serverless computing here. So serverless computing lets you run your application code without creating, configuring or maintaining a server. So you need not to create or configure or maintain any sort of server here. The core idea is that your application is broken into a separate functions that run when it triggered by some action. So if any sort of action, then it will trigger one function, so then it is going to be executed. This is ideal for the automated task. So for example, you have a requirement called your VM has to be shut down at this time and shut up at this time, and like this certain activities are there. Then you can write a code for that, and once you click on that particular trigger, it will automatically shut down, it will automatically wake up that server and all. So such type of activities, or you want to, whenever you process some video, you want to thumbnails for that, you will write that code. Whenever you uploaded a video, it will automatically create the thumbnails. So for such type of requirements, serverless computing is the answer for that. So if you see the official example here, you can build a serverless process that automatically sends an email confirmation after a customer makes on online purchases. So whenever you purchase something in Flipkart or Amazon, so once your purchase is successful, then you will get the what we call this confirmation message, right? That is called as an event. Okay, so it is completely different from the virtual machine architecture and container architecture. If you see virtual machine, so you have a physical hardware, you have an operating system, you have a hypervisor where it will convert the VMs. Okay, your physical hardware is converted into the virtual hardware, virtual guest OS and operating system like this. And you have a containers here where you have a physical hardware and the host operating system, and container engine is there instead of hypervisor. So here you can have a different application. So here you have one application, so it is there in one container, and whatever its dependence it will be there in this. Like that you can have application, another application like this. For here they showed 3, like this you will contain so many. But when it comes to the serverless, you have a physical hardware, you have a host operating system, and there is a serverless runtime where your application is going to divide it into functions. So this is how you can see. So they had divided into functions, so all the functions get executed, then based on the event it will be executed, so that your purpose will be solved. So this is the architecture of the serverless. So the serverless model differ from the VM and containers in that you only pay for the processing time you use it by each function as it executes. As I told, right, like if you deployed your application in virtual machine, it has to be run by 24/7. Okay, whether your requirement is there or not, it has to be run 24/7. But when it comes to the container, it is also same. You will run your container for a lot of time. But when it comes to the serverless, so whenever you execute this particular function and how long this function is executed, you will be charged only for that time. So you won't be charged, and this is available by 24/7. But how long this function executed is the matter there. Okay, so the virtual machine and containers are charged while they are running. So if they are running, it will be charged whether you used or not, it doesn't matter for them. But here, if your function is executed, then only it will be useful. I mean, they will charge on that. That is the main difference between the virtual machine, container and serverless. So I hope this helped you. Thank you.